And there is the trophy, and it's being brought out onto the pitch by Nigel Travis, as it should be. His vision, his courage, his understanding, his love of this club, a lifelong supporter. He's seen Leyton Orient in the First Division, and he's seen them back in League One, and it's Nigel Travis who puts the trophy on the plinth, ready for the celebrations to follow. And Kent Teague and his son now, Davis Travis, is joining. So Davis Travis is joining Nigel Travis, and we're going to see the presentation any moment now. And there's still this bit of a delay. We were talking about the player of the season. I think you have to say to Richie Wellens that he's a man that sort of acknowledges that this is a team effort. The medical staff have been outstanding this season. Their understanding of Paul Smith in particular, the tactical analysis that's taken place, and of course Matt Howard, Simon Royce and Paul Terry.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's definitely a team effort. I imagine there's some long days down that training ground as well. You're there day in, day out. You've got to keep it fresh. You've got to keep players motivated, particularly those that aren't involved, aren't in the squad. And it does feel like there's a real togetherness in this Leyton Orient squad right from the top. That's been set from Richie Wellens. The standards he demands, he pushes the players on. He's a winner, and we've seen that this season.
Absolutely. Colin James and the team that worked so hard with the pitch.
Yeah, I have to say the pitch is excellent, isn't it? I mean, look at it now, it's like a bowling green. We've been used to seeing this pitch really have a hard finish to the season, particularly in the front of the technical area, in the Justin Edinburgh stand, the South Stand goalmouth. But this season, and particularly with the games that they've had as well, we mentioned the Tottenham ladies, we've used it for our own Leyton Orient women's team on occasions. I think it's in absolutely superb nick.
Absolutely. I think we also have to mention for Tom Short and Luke Lambourne, the last few days I don't think they could have slept, because the quality and quantity amount of things that have been shared, and as a result I think the faithful have felt immersed in the celebrations. Yeah,
I think this day and age media is very different now, isn't it? Football clubs, it's predominantly dominated by social media. I think the video for me, which I thought was fascinating, was the one with Richie Wellens, the one that he got the players' families to deliver a message before last Saturday, the crew in the build-up to the game. And that really did touch a point in terms of, once again, it's not only about the players here, it's about the families. We're all one happy family. And again, man management skills, second to none, Richie Wellens.
Absolutely. The players, their families are ready, the faithful are ready. I've got goosebumps, Matt. This is a long time coming, but it's definitely going to be worth the wait. And in a moment, the players will come out to receive the trophy that is gleaming in the sun. What a wonderful scene. Champions. Leyton Orient back in League One. And it's going to be a fascinating journey next season, but let's just enjoy the moment now. Let's reflect on what has been achieved in many ways against the odds. Glory and the return to the Football League, followed by the tragedy and the loss of Justin Edinburgh, the pandemic, and then of course the statement of intent with the appointment of Kenny Jackett. There was some very important players signed by Kenny Jackett, which have, and then they have got better, and the sign of a really good coach is players getting better, Matt.
Well, I'm glad you made it, Dave, because I think sometimes that's overlooked by Orient fans. When you look at, yes, it didn't go to plan with Kenny Jackett, but you look at this particular squad, incredible the number of players that are so dominant in there that he brought to the club.
So this is it. Any moment now, we're going to see Super Richie Wellens come out on the pitch together with his magnificent, this special group of players. Leyton Orient's women are there as well. We saw their lap of honour before the game. Double celebrations in E10. Special days for this club. And this is Richie Wellens coming onto the pitch to a tremendous ovation from all round, and he's got the scarf being waved in the air. That's what he wanted. It was his idea, and it worked so well last week against Crewe. And now the banner being led by Paul Terry, his assistant. Such an important one. And another banner with Matt Harrold, and Matt Harrold as an interim manager steadied the ship, and he has worked in partnership with Richie and with Paul Terry. Simon Royce, the goalkeeping coach, is also out there, and we have to say well done to the kit man, Ada Martin. He was loyal throughout those dark days, and he enjoys and he deserves to be the centre there, shaking hands. And he also, Ada, receiving a medal. That really is lovely. And now the players are coming out, and each of them on their back is draped banners, and they say champions. And this really is wonderful scenes here at Brisbane Road. Sam Sargent has been at Leyton Orient for so long. Orient's #1, now shaking hands on the plinth. Tom James, 5 goals this season, 5 spectacular goals this season. Shadrach Ogie, had he not been suspended at the start of the season, who knows how many games he would have played, because it was Dan Happy that had the chance, and it's Dan Happy now that has received his medal. Adam Thompson now on the pitch here, receiving his medal. Such a versatile player. The leading marksman this season has been the Magic Man, Paul Smith. He receives his medal. Craig Clay has been a champion in the National League, and he's now received his medal. Will Soturio has been remarkable, particularly in recent weeks. He's received his medal. Theo Archibald, outstanding throughout and a real fan's favourite. He receives his medal. And one of the most versatile players we've seen at Leyton Orient for such a long time is Jordan Brown, and he receives his medal. And here is George Moncur, surely the biggest character in the squad. He's got a cap on, a red cap, and he's enjoying every moment as he leaps onto the stage to receive his medal. Idris El Mazouni, on loan from Ipswich Town. Let's hope we have him for more than just one season. He receives his medal. And now it's Aaron Drinan, frustrated by injuries, 2 very important goals. He receives his medal. And now coming out is Omar Beckles, together with Lawrence Vigouroux. Coming on to that stage is the professional chairman representing professional footballers, a Community Player of the Year. He receives his medal, as does the record-breaking goalkeeper Lawrence Vigouroux. And now it's Charlie Kelman. So many important goals, but so many performances where he's given absolutely everything. Jaden Sweeney, a wonderful young player that's come up through the ranks at Burn, very much part of this squad. Jamie McCart is going to come onto the stage now. So too is Rob Hunt, somebody that Richie Wellens values so highly. That's why he has played with Richie at so many different clubs. Kieran Sadler is such an important signing in the January transfer window. And Duke McKenna is also out there now. He's also been frustrated by injury. Darren Pratley, the captain. Captain fantastic, 38 years of age. He is up there to receive his medal. And a big embrace from Richie Wellens. He knows just how significant Darren Pratley has been this season. He's got the medal on around his neck now, and it's Darren Pratley who's going to lift the trophy any minute now. It's in his hands, and 1, 2, 3, that's it! That's the champions! Fireworks, confetti, flames leaping up into the air here in E10. Special moments for this wonderful football club that has been on such an emotional journey over the last 9 years, the last 6 years. Astonishing. A club that was broken is back in League One, back in style, and the future looks so bright. Never mind today's scoreline. It's about what's happened before, and this team, without doubt, the best in League Two, and the trophy belongs here at Brisbane Road with Richie Wellens, and those players are enjoying every single minute. Matt Hiscock.
It's tremendous, Dave. Absolutely tremendous. Fully deserved. The O's been the best team in this division by far throughout the campaign. The consistency they've shown It's been absolutely immaculate, set by the man. For me, there's only one man who takes the credit. We've talked about different aspects of the club, but there's only one man who takes the credit, Richie Wellens. He's the manager, he's in charge, he makes the big decisions. What a manager this club have found.
And at this moment, we know that Justin would be so proud. And it was Justin and his leadership, his charisma, his integrity that put Leyton Orient back in the Football League, and now the O's are back in League One.
True, and I understand the sentiment, I understand the story, but I don't want to take anything away from Richie Wellens. This is Richie Wellens' day. We should be focusing on what an amazing job he has done this season, and that has been shown by the fact his players are lifting the trophy. Tremendous.
And they're together. I think it was Paul Smith's wife who said on that very moving video that was shared by the club, the loved ones giving, you know, their thoughts of how proud they were, and she said that these are friends for life, and I think they are.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. Football's a ruthless game, Dave. Look, how many of these players will be here next season? That's all to come in the summer. We don't have to worry about that this afternoon, but football's a ruthless game. We can just enjoy this. We've had a special 12 months under this manager and these players. Let's enjoy every second.
Absolutely, because it's the lap of honour that's going to start any moment now, and I think you have to say credit to the Orient faithful. They have played their part. They remain in the stands, many of them now with their flags aloft. We are the champions. Leyton Orient are the champions, and they are now making their way in front of the big banner that says Champions 2023 of League Two. Leyton Orient, Richie Wellens' men, and they've done it together. They've done it in style, and they've done it with smiles on their faces. And Richie Wellens, he is so many things, but he's also a man who is very, very funny, an outstanding communicator, a tactician like I've never known here at Brisbane Road. Push back, as Nigel Travis would say it. He's someone that challenges because he wants the best from everybody at the club. And it's Richie Wellens with a Leyton Orient scarf around his neck that is celebrating. Shadrach Ogie sprays champagne. Paul Smith now spraying the champagne, as is Tom James. And why not? Leyton Orient deserve it. It's party time here in E10. Martin Ling down there. And Martin Ling has been outstanding, and it's Richie Wellens who lifts the trophy high up into the air in front of the Justin Edinburgh stand, and he kisses the trophy, and now he's going to hand it to Lawrence Vigouroux. And Lawrence Vigouroux, with a little dance, a little jig in front of the Tommy Johnson stand away to our right hand side. He's enjoying this moment, and it's Lawrence Vigouroux, an outstanding goalkeeper, who raises the trophy high up into the air. How many times has Lawrence Vigouroux ensured points for the O's this season? Now it's the leading marksman, the magic man, Paul Smith. He wants more noise, more noise. He's got more noise, and that's why the trophy is lifted high up into the air, and he's going to hand it to the captain. Captain Fantastic, 38 years of age, and he lifts the trophy up into the air. He's led by example, and he's given the trophy to Saturio, and Saturio with his cap on, enjoying every single minute. And now it's going to be a double celebration. It's Kieran Savio and George Moncur. George Moncur looks up into the air. He's had such an influence in the dressing room, and such a character. And now it's Dan Happy and Omar Beckles. Before Christmas they were outstanding, a rock in the heart of the Leyton Orient defence, and together, and that is so appropriate, they lift the trophy high up into the air. Jaden Sweeney and Shadrach Ogie, two young players with huge futures ahead of them, and they raise the League Two trophy high up into the air. The silverware now is going to be given back to Lawrence Vigouroux, and this is the song that George Moncur gave to the club. It was one that we heard last weekend against Crewe. Lawrence Vigouroux is leading the lap of honour, and the players are following Lawrence Vigouroux. They're struggling to keep up with him, aren't they, Matt?
No, I like it. Lawrence Vigouroux again, leaders in the dressing room. He's thinking, look, let's give the East Stand something to sing about. Let's go over in that direction. We've just presented the trophy in front of the Justin Edinburgh stand. Every supporter wants to be part of it. He was aware of that. He decided, let's turn our direction. Let's get down in front of the East Stand. and make sure everybody sees us lifting this title. Brilliant.
Oh, this is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. This is a family club. There are generations, and we know that so many of the supporters here today are thinking of loved ones that aren't here to share this occasion. And we're thinking of friends that also aren't here to share this occasion. And somehow that makes it all the more special. This is a club that means so much to so many. London's second oldest football club. It has been through so much. It has proved that football is about so much more than money. It is about character. It's about values. It's about humour. And there's so much to laugh about at the O's. The way in which Leyton Orient achieved promotion in the dark, losing 2-0, down to 10 men at Gillingham. So Leyton Orient. Sometimes there's a gallows humour, but sometimes it's always a humour that is based on an understanding of just how lucky we are all to be part of this wonderful football club. There aren't many days like this, believe me, but this is one of them, and it's going to be a very, very special weekend.
Well, you're absolutely right there, Dave. This is a special day. They don't come along too often. Some might say they don't come along maybe once every decade, but we've been spoiled in the last few years, haven't we? The second time we've seen Orient lift a trophy, but these are the important ones, back in the Football League, and now moving back to League One. And just look at some of the teams next year. The O's will be competing against potentially Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Bolton, Portsmouth, Charlton. For sure, those ones are guaranteed. Proper football clubs, and it's brilliant to see Orient competing at that level again.
Absolutely, young and old. This is a balanced squad, and they are enjoying every single moment. It's Idris El Mazouni now posing in front of Simon O'Connor. We know how important this club is to the club photographer. Dan Happy with a huge beam on his face, and he was here in the dark days, wasn't he? Do you remember that game at Newport?
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see Dan Happy and Sam Sargent, of course, two players that were in that period as well.
Paul Smith now with the trophy. Sorry, Matt.
Just saying, Muriel Saturi was a youngster with the club at that particular point, but yeah, they've seen the dark days, and they'll be maximising the interests. And Sam Sargent wanders back towards the West Stand. I think he's going to celebrate with his family, which is nice to see.
Saturi now with the trophy, and what a smile that is. And he lifts it onto his head, and that will be a photograph that will definitely be on the mantelpiece. Here's Shadrach Ogie, and he's posing with the trophy, and he's enjoying the moment. That really is a pose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a special moment. You think of all the players that go through their career with no success whatsoever. They don't pick up a trophy, they don't record a promotion. These players have got to savour these moments because they may not come along again.
Kieran Sadlier hands the trophy over to George Moncur. Another huge smile for George Moncur. Football is in his family. He's from these parts. He chose to come back, and it was many would have thought it was a big step down, but he's back in League One, and he's been such a significant character in this squad. And now the trophy is with Super Richie Wellens, and Richie Wellens is marching, and does he want others to join the lap of honour? Looks as if he's pointing to someone, isn't he? Is it Nigel Travis? I think he wants
the ball to go over.
Absolutely,
and
the
celebrations.
Matt Porter and Kent Teague, and that is so Richie Wellens, because he knows how important those three people and those four people are to this club. And Keaton is also there, and the medical staff have been outstanding and been very busy this season. They've really looked after this squad, and particularly Paul Smith. Mark Devlin is there. He knows about how you can progress through the divisions. He had such success at Brentford, and this is a special photograph that's going to be taken now, isn't it? Because it's the staff and the directors that are all together.
Pretty much everyone employed by the club in that particular photograph, but everyone has an important role to play, whether you're an investor, on the board, a director, on the backroom staff. They're all savouring the moment, and good luck to them.
What a moment, and some of those directors have come a very long way to be here. And all we can say is thank you. Thank you to each and every one of them, because we wouldn't be watching and enjoying and savouring what we are now had it not been for their courage, their understanding, and without doubt their leadership.
Players' families also joining them now on the pitch. Photographs, they'll be taking individual ones and enjoying every moment.
Absolutely. The family, it is a family club, and it's partners, wives and children that are on the Brisbane Road pitch, and the supporters continue to stay here and continue to make their voices heard. And it's wonderful scenes, a family occasion here at Brisbane Road. And Lawrence Vigouroux, he's had that trophy longer than most, and he's going to have a photograph taken by Simon O'Connor with his family, and I think there'll be a few photographs being taken now, Matt.
Yeah, without a doubt, everyone will be getting their money's worth. I just hope Simon O'Connor's got enough film in that camera, because as I say, he's got a lot of work to do in the next half an hour or so.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everywhere you look around the ground, people are smiling, people are clapping, people are waving their flags and their scarves up in the air, and they are taking deep breaths. They are just absorbing everything here. And it's down pitch side. Phil Parry has been here, but the whole of the BBC Radio London show has taken place here, and he's pitch side with Martin Ling. And I go back to the Harlow game. We met Steve Davis, and the squad that Martin put together was impressive. I mean, it was the foundation of what Justin then inherited, and sort of we saw the potential of the likes of Macaulay Bonne and others.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can go back a long way. You look at that, you talk about the team that was put together for Steve Davis. Didn't go too well after that, you have to say. I remember that game at Solihull Moors, Dave. We were looking at potentially Orient dropping to the National League South. Who would have thought that? Fortunately, Justin Edinburgh came in, turned it all around, made some big, bold decisions, the first one being Dean Brill. As I say, it's a story, it's a long story, but I don't want to take anything away from Richie Wellens, because this is the current, this is the today, and he has delivered on the pitch as manager to take Orient back to League One, where it all started.
And right from the start, from his first meeting with the players, which was filmed by the squad, he's been so open, hasn't he? He's been so embracing, allowing the cameras in to get so close, and you just got the sense that this was a man that understands. He's got a clarity. He's somebody that likes footballers. He likes being around footballers, and he's also somebody that, you know, you wouldn't cross. You would listen to him, you'd respect him, and this squad of players do.
Yeah, well, he's played at the highest level, hasn't he? You look at his career as a player, and he's a decent player himself. Got Leicester in the Championship, was playing there, promotion at Blackpool, of course. He had a really long established career, so he knows the game. There's no question in that respect.
Champagne still being sprayed around. Sam Sargent proved his worth on Tuesday night. Such a patient player. He's been at the club for such a long time, and he's enjoying every moment. And it's Tom James, I think, now that's having his photograph taken in front of the plinth with the family, a large family that's probably most of them would have come from Wales to be here today. That was a very emotional video, and his family were definitely part of that. Craig Clay is also down there with his family, and it's Craig Clay that's now holding that trophy, and somebody that has been such a big part of the journey. It's Mark Devlin, the CEO, who's now bringing the trophy over to this side, and I think he wants it to be given, is it to Nigel Travis? I think it may well be. Nigel there with his son David.
To take turns, aren't they, at the moment?
The board of directors have got their chance to have their picture taken, and this is a special family moment for the Travises, isn't it?
Yeah, they'd be enjoying it, and Nigel, the chairman, said he's looking forward to bringing his wife over, because I think at times she may ask questions as to his intent in investing in this football club, but he wanted her to be here to enjoy the moment and lift the trophy.
David and Nigel Travis then. What a photo this is going to be. together with the trophy. It means so much to them. They set that ambitious target 6 years ago, and to have achieved it in the way that they have is quite incredible. And Nigel Travis just adores this club. You know, there are lifetime supporters, and there are Nigel Travis, and again all we can say is thank you, Nigel. All his sons now are with him and his family.